Welcome to Type Talk by Tam's Psych Advice. Today's topic is your mate selfish, lacking consideration for others, concerned with one's own personal profit or pleasure? Are you with someone who's egotistical, self-centered, self-regarding, self-absorbed, self-serving, and you're getting tired of it? You're frustrated because you don't know what to do. You've told the person how you feel over and over and over again, and he or she is just not listening to you. You feel like you're doing all the giving and the other person is doing all of the receiving. Are you being taken for granted? Does your partner never say thank you, always make plans and they never include you, or they never ask you first, they just make assumptions? Do you have a partner who never does their fair share? You're doing the heavy lifting, you're doing all the housework, you're doing everything that needs to get done and they never do anything? Are you with someone who never acknowledges special occasions like your anniversary, your birthday? Maybe you'd like a little more romance and it's lacking completely. You'd like a little creativity in the relationship. You feel like there are other ways that they can show you that they love you or that they care about you. Your partner cheats on you and they risk you finding out. They think that they're smart enough to get away with it. Your partner never considers your feelings and they don't ask you about your day. They don't value your time, your schedule, your wants, your needs. And they pretty much do whatever they want to do regardless of how you feel. So they hang out when they want to, they come home when they want to. When it comes to your relationship, you feel like you're the most unselfish person in the world because you're willing to put the needs or wishes of others before your own. You are selfless, self-denying, self-sacrificing, generous, and you just want the same in return. So before you blow up, let's take a moment to self-reflect and think this through. Which one would you say was the most selfish? Would you say feelers are the most selfish, or would you say thinkers are the most selfish? I would have to say it could be both. If you introvert your feelings, you have to be careful not to do certain things like making your opinions become facts. So when someone disagrees with those, then it's a problem. Or if you take everything as a personal attack, you get angry when everything is not done your way. Or if you have a tendency to blame all your problems on other people. And then how about if you extrovert your feeling? If you extrovert your feelings, you might feel like if your partner can't tell you how they feel, then it means that they don't love you. Or if you become really angry, you use your feelings to manipulate someone else. Or if you don't believe what I believe, then you're a bad person. Similar things can be said about thinkers. Sometimes thinkers, we feel like, oh, well, they don't care, or because they're objective, or they're able to make decisions regardless of feelings, then sometimes we can say they're mean, they're selfish, when being a feeler is just not how they function in life. Then look at the 5 love languages. That's an area that gets us into a lot of trouble, and it can make the person seem selfish, or it is a form of selfishness. So if you're in a relationship with someone, you need to commit yourself to learning about the 5 love languages. Check out my videos on those, because if someone is acts of service and you never help around the house, or you never help with dinner or cleaning up afterwards, running an errand for the person, or whatever it is that they deem important, but that person is always doing your laundry, then they're gonna consider you to be a very selfish individual because you're getting the fruit of their labor, but you never lift a finger to help them. So you have to pay attention to what someone's love language is and really try to do it, even if it's not your comfort zone. You have to wake up every day and say, okay, how can I make this person's life better? How can I make my partner happy today? So how do you get your mate to not be so selfish? And how do you get your needs met in the relationship? Well, first of all, you want to start with one thing. Make one request instead of rattling off 10 things that you hate about her or him. Name one specific thing that you would like for the person to change or do better. Tip number 2, sometimes when we've been waiting a long time for a mate to make a change and they finally do one thing that we love that makes us happy, we're so angry that we're not going to acknowledge it. That's not enough. or I do that every day, all day. Well, that's not going to get the behavior to change if you don't acknowledge it, praise it, let the person know how much you really appreciate it, or show the person. People react better to positivity than negativity, so layer on the positive. Could your expectations be too high? Sometimes NTs can be perfectionistic in what they expect from others, or SJs have rules that they go by, but maybe that other person doesn't understand your way of doing things. So you have to be a little bit more patient, lower your expectations so that you're not so disappointed all the time. The person is not you, you are not them. If you're with someone who's an SP, they might be a little bit more adventurous or more spontaneous, or it might take them a while to get around to things. So maybe give them a little bit more time to get something done. Focus on one thing that you do value about the person that you're with. Does that person even know that you feel that way, that you really appreciate or like that aspect of them? Instead of right fighting over something that never ever seems to change, why don't you make a change? Pick one thing that you're going to do differently. For example, if you get tired of doing all the laundry and you tend to fold clothes Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, then why don't you change that to, you know what, I'm going to give myself a break and I'll just fold clothes on Friday and let some things go so that you can rejuvenate and reward yourself. And then finally, pray about it. God is always listening. In the Bible, Isaiah 41:10 says, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." Please give me a thumbs up and remember to subscribe to my channel so you can be the first to check out videos like this one. Thanks for watching Type Talk. Goodbye.